Okay, let's start now. By the time more students will come, I think I have now 11 students and few hours coming, so that's fine. Okay, so we stopped here in the Adobe Camera Raw. Now, what is Adobe Camera Raw? Whenever you save a raw file, okay, a raw file is like a normal, it's like a camera's raw file, which I told you is not refined. Okay, that file you can adjust in Photoshop without any loss of quality. Okay, without losing any quality in Photoshop, in a Lightroom, wherever you want, you can save it. Now, Adobe Camera Raw, how you can find it? You actually, what you need to do is that when you save your raw file on your camera, you can take it either through USB drive or directly from the card, whatever way you have to transfer your file to your computer, from your camera to your computer, you can do that. That raw file, when you will take it to your camera, sorry, that raw file, when you will take it from your camera to the Photoshop, and when you will open, automatically what will happen? It will basically uh, open this. Okay. So this is how what you will get automatically. You open the raw file, this is what will open. It will not open just like normal file in Photoshop. It will open a different software, and this software is known as the Adobe Camera Raw interface. Okay, so this will be opened, and once this will open, it will give you these kind of like settings. Okay, there are a lot of settings over here. When we will move to the Photoshop, there we will learn about this one. Okay, now first thing you will do is that first thing you can do here is that in this area, which is the first area, basic settings. Basic settings you will have here, you can see white balance. Okay, and then you have three different ways to do the white balance. This is histogram. This is just to show you how your colors are adjusting. So you don't have to be really worried about this one, because it is sometimes very hard to know how it is going, how it is, how the colors, how you can adjust your color. So it's a little different because you don't understand the graph. So don't worry. What only thing you have to keep in mind, all your colors should not be here and there. Okay, they all should be in a balanced way. Okay, then okay, now this live stream that is going on, Noora is asking to save this. Automatically, it will be saved. Okay, so let me show you one thing where it will be saved. Okay, so the thing is, when you will go to YouTube, okay, and when you will go to my channel, okay, you will be here on my channel basically. Okay, so once you will go to my channel, you will see here everything, home. Okay, your channel, your scene will be different because I'm using like a plugin, so that's why my view is different. So you will see here home, videos, playlist. Easier thing is that if you will go to videos, you can go to videos, but if you will go to videos, you will find a lot of videos, so it's very hard to find the live stream. So you have to go to playlists. We'll go to playlist. So there are, like, there is Maya 2020 Essential Series, 3D Studio Max 2021, Introduction to Adobe Illustrator live series. Then here it is, Artistic Photography live series in the playlist. When you click over here, you will see all those live footages over here. Okay, so this is the one that we just recorded before the break, so already it is there. So don't worry, everything will be saved automatically. Okay, now I will close this one. So very clear, very easy to access the live footages. Anytime you can go back and watch. Okay, now here you will see that I have like this histogram. Then I have this white balance. Right now it's just an image, so you will not know how what it do. So once we will move to Photoshop, you will understand what it do. Okay, this is for adjusting white balance. So what you do is that you adjust the white balance and you check over here in this histogram. In this histogram, you check how the colors are going. So they will start balancing. If they balance correctly, they will look all together in a same environment. If they are here and there, that means there is a yellow over there, green over there, so it will not look right. Other than that, in your image, maybe there is a, you are wearing a white shirt, okay? Or maybe you are wearing a, maybe in the background you have a white photograph or a white poster, or maybe someone there is wearing a white hat. So what you can do easily, you can take this eyedropper, click on that white shirt or white hat or white, whatever white is inside your picture. Okay, so once you will do that, Photoshop will calculate, okay, this is the white color. Okay, so it will recalculate the whole scene and it will adjust your white balance. This is one more way. When we will do practical, you will understand clearly. Okay, I'm just telling you a brief about, I'm just giving you an introduction about exposure. Exposure, okay. Lecture, lecture starts at 5 o'clock and it goes very long. Let me check. But I will not, it's not ideal to keep you here for a very long time. So maybe a little time before, so that you will not feel exhausted. Okay. I will not end it very quickly, or I will not end it very late. So don't worry. Okay. Because if I will end it very quickly, then you will not understand anything. If I will end it very late, then you will get exhausted and you will not also understand. Let me check the right timing here. Okay. I have saved somewhere here on my mobile phone. Let me check it, because I don't remember the, actually I don't remember it. I saved it somewhere in my mobile phone. Should be there. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So this will, it will end very late. It starts at 5 o'clock and it's end at 8:50. Okay, but don't worry, I will not end at 8:50. Almost it is 8, so maybe something 8:15, 8:15 will end. But we are about to finish, so before that. Okay, so it's a very long. It's from 5 o'clock till 8:50. Okay, but it also depends on lecture. If you finish earlier, then you will finish. We will finish the class early. Now, exposure control, like in your cameras you have the exposure control. Same thing on Photoshop, you have exposure control. If you will save raw file, you can control the exposure instead of camera inside the Photoshop, which is more easy. Okay, so if you are a photo, those who are like a photo editors and they are not photographers, they rely more on the Photoshop rather than relying on the camera. Okay, so they do most of the settings inside the Photoshop. Now here we have shadows. When you take a photograph, sometimes you have very hard shadow, especially when it is sunlight. You have hard shadow under your eyes, under your nose, so that will look bad. So what you can do, you can easily adjust the shadows. Okay, then brightness you can also adjust. Suppose it's too bright, overexposed, you can reduce the brightness. Suppose you're standing next to a light is falling on your face, easily you can fix that. Okay, contrast is what? Contrast is basically a difference of brightness and darkness. Okay, so if you will reduce it, like if you will go in the negative direction, like in a negative form, you will get the scene little darker like this. If you will go like positively, it will get a little bit washed out. Okay, because the brightness will start coming, will start like a, you can say, dissolving in a way. Okay, now there is saturation. Saturation is what? This is amount of color inside your image. What will happen if I will take all the colors from your image? Anyone who can tell me right now? Just type what will happen if I will take all the colors out from the image. Anyone who can type what will happen to the image? Doesn't have to be right. Just think about it. It can be wrong, but just type it. What will happen if I will take all the colors out of your image? What What will happen to the image? What will image become? Any ideas? What will happen to the image? What will How does the image will look like if I will take out all the colors? Yes, it will. Zahra said it will become black and white. Because if we will take all the color outside, and if I will remove all the colors, the image will become black and white. So what is the saturation? Saturation is the amount of color. Okay. So if I will reduce the saturation, the image will become black and white. If I will increase it, image will become very burned, like a lot of colors, it will look ugly. Okay, so you have to balance it. Okay, so saturation is what? Amount of the color. Vibrance is what? If you have a yellow, if I will increase the vibrance of yellow, it will start becoming little attractive yellow. Okay, so like a bit brighter, not dull. So there is a difference between vibrance and saturation. Also act like same, but what you can do, you can balance with that. Okay, this is the amount and this is the brightness basically. Okay, so saturation is amount of the color, vibrance is the brightness of the color. Now sharpness and smoothness. If your image is sharp, then you can see the detail, every detail, your skin detail, your skin line very clearly if it is sharp. If it is not sharp, if it is smooth, so you will not see that. Okay. Sometimes what happens in mainly in fashion photography, when you're taking a picture of a model, if you will increase the sharpness, so the model's face will look like an old face, old person's face. So nobody in fashion photography wants a model to look like old. So in fashion photography, you keep you remove the sharpness, but you add the smoothness. But in reality, if you want to take an artistic photograph, you want to show an old person. So old person main feature are his wrinkles, okay, the old lines and those things. So you will try to keep it sharper so the wrinkles will make him look like more attractive. Okay, so there is a reason why we have sharpness and smoothness. Histogram, I already told you. I don't want to explain more about it. It is a little bit, something like you will only understand once we will start working on it. Okay. So, but actually, what is that? Red here means how much red color you have, how much blue color, green color is G, how much blue color is blue. So it measures the intensity distributed through the image. Suppose if you are taking a photograph in a room where there is a lot of blue light and blue like furniture, so that blue color will be much more higher. Okay, so that it will show over here. So what you will do, if it is blue is higher, so maybe you don't want that blue to be higher. So what you will do, you do some changes until the blue is start coming down. This graph is coming down. Okay, so histogram is a graph counting how many pixels are at each level between black and white. Black is on the left, white is on the right. So the height of the graph at each point depends how many pixels are that right. Lighter image moves the graph to the right, darker one moves it to the left. Okay, so that's how you can do, like when you are doing the changes, so that's how they will be moving. Okay, lighter will move to the right, so you can see here there is a light color, and darker will move to here. Okay, so this is how the color look like: black, dark, then medium, then light, then white. Okay, so lighter will be here, but darker will be here. Okay, so here it's like other way around because it's a flipped area. It counts other way around. Okay, but in reality it is like this. Now clipping. Clipping is what? Clipping is something when you lose the color. Suppose there is a like a sunlight over your face. You take a picture. So you were wearing a yellow cap, but sun was too shiny, too bright that your yellow color became white color. So what happened? Why it became white color? Because the yellow color got clipped, means it got removed, gone forever. Okay, so that's what the clipping is. So you have to avoid clipping. You have to adjust the brightness. Maybe you put something like a black like a blocker. Like, okay, so there are some blockers like a black color thing like this one. You put next to here like this. Okay, or here. So the what will happen? It will stop the sunlight to come, okay, like to hit on your face. So this will allow you, like this will allow you to look at things more clearly, or uh, like uh, like it will block the bright colors and it will give you a softer color. So you use blockers basically for this purpose if you have a lot of sunlight. So clipping, avoid clipping, otherwise you will lose detail. Okay, now here if you will see, there are two different kind of clipping: white clipping, black clipping. If the scene is too bright, it will become very white, you will lose the detail. If it is very dark, so it will become black, you will lose. Now if you will see, there is a clipping. Now where is the clipping? Okay, so the clipping over here is in the dark area. Can you see the tree? I cannot see the fruits, the dates on the tree, or this tree, or this part, or this part. They all got black. This is called clipping. I cannot see anything over here now. This is you have to avoid. If your scene is very dark, try to put more light. Try to do adjustment on your camera, or try to add some lights, or try to avoid this time. You can do different kind of things to avoid this. Okay. So here it is written. You can add light. You can you can change your camera settings, something like that. Now this is one other kind of clipping. If the scene is too bright, if the scene is too bright, you can see I cannot see what is this. It's the water flowing. It's all white. This stone, this mountain is all white. I cannot see the details now because it became all white. So you have to avoid brightness over here. Okay. So that is one more like part of clipping. So clipping means losing details, either becoming by becoming black or by becoming white. Okay. So in camera you will have histogram. So you have to adjust the histogram like this. If this whole thing is on this side, can you see this histogram? If it is on this side, so what will happen? You will have black clipping. But if it is on the other side, on the right side, so what will happen? You will have white clipping. So you have to make sure it is all in the middle. Okay, that's why I said keep things in the middle so there is no clipping. Okay, how you will do that? When you are doing settings, you will see this changing. So keep on doing the settings until it reaches to the middle part. Okay, now this is how things will look like. Just see, here we don't have anything in the middle. Nothing is in the middle. Everything is going to the right side. Okay, like this. So what we have? White clipping. Okay, so it should be in the middle. If it is in the middle, then the result will look like this, really good. Okay, so when you have this, when you do the like settings on your camera or on Photoshop, you just keep your eye over here, keep things going in the center and all from all the other way. Okay, now in Photoshop, take your photograph to new creative heights. Use useful tips that will improve your Photoshop skills, such as editing, enhancing, practice, tutorials. Do these kind of things to enhance your Photoshop work. Okay, so this is how the Photoshop works, like looks like. Most of you already know about Photoshop if you have opened it, but we will go in detail. This is very old version of Photoshop. Okay, so first we will try with a small photo, like a short photograph, then we will move to the darker, and then other side of photograph. So this is how uh, Photoshop have tools. So you have cropping tool. If you want to cut an image, I don't want this part. Okay, I only want this part. So what I will do, I will use crop tool. Healing tool, spot healing tool. Healing tools do what? Suppose I want to remove this guy from my picture. So I will take the healing tool, paint over him, so he will be gone from my picture. Okay. Clone tool. If I want two things at the same time, I will clone this one and put it over here. Okay. Eraser tool. If I want to erase anything. Okay. Smudge. If I want to make something like blurry or something like this kind of effect. Okay. Smudging. Dodge, if I want some a darker area to become brighter, I will use dodge. If I want the brighter area to become darker, I will use burn. If there is too much color, I will use sponge to make it desaturated, or other way around. If it is black and white, to make it saturated. So in Photoshop, we do work with layers. So there are a number of layers, one layer, second layer, third layer, and keep on going. Okay, just like this. So here we have one layer, other layer is circle, other layer, then one layer is the background. So this is how the layers will look like. Okay. So you can make new group, new layer. So all this we will do in Photoshop basically. Okay. Now you can make effects like here in this picture, you can see there is effect of this lens bokeh. It's called bokeh, where you have this, the circle. It's called bokeh, bokeh effect. Then you have this kind of effect that you can create with the light. Okay, with the brush you paint over it. Okay. So these are some websites where you can visit, okay, just for your own interest, okay. There are some good plugins. You can check Photoshop have plugins, but now the new version of photographs are much more better. You can do experiments, okay, like just see how the artist did this experiment. He took the his hair were uh, like a kind of a, you can say, uh, black and white. So he used this dandies. Dandies are what? It's like a small plant which very soft. So he added that, so it will look like this. So we will do different kind of experiments. Okay, also. So everyone, is any question do you have for this lecture? So actually, this is for the whole lecture. Okay, about the camera. Now, I don't want to move more forward in the beginning. I don't want in the beginning classes. I don't want to keep you, going on and on again. Otherwise, you will get exhausted. So, step by step, we will move to different parts, different parts. Okay. So, next class, we will now move to the camera details. So as I told you before that on Blackboard, I already have uploaded. You can go inside the content folder and there you will see lectures folder. Inside the lectures, you will see all the lectures which I uploaded there just to see what we are going to learn. So in advance, you know about it. Okay. So guys, take care and we'll meet next Sunday. Okay. If and you have any question, you can ask me on the WhatsApp, uh, and I can answer you if they have any question. Okay. So take care, everyone. You're welcome. Bye, everyone.